All right. So before we start, let's look at the quick agenda. So I want to take a quick look back at 2020 because we did bring you some really cool stuff last year, and I want to share with you just so you can look back and see what we were able to bring to you to help you grow your business and help you sell more systems. Then we're going to get into the meat of it, the Elan control platform, the new stuff that we're bringing to you, go through each and every SKU, kind of go through what they all do, what they're capable of doing. And then we'll talk about software. Tom's going to go through all the really cool stuff that we're bringing to you in software. Then we'll get into the just the details, pricing, part numbers, all that kind of good stuff. And then at the end, we will hold the Q&A. So let's look back at just a quick look at 2020. Last year, we brought you the IP amplifiers. This was a huge upgrade to our amplifier program that we are really still very excited about. We know it's done very well in the market. We hope it's helped you sell more systems. Brought you the Dante audio networking. And these systems got a Best in Show award from Residential Systems, so we're excited about that. We also brought you the SC100 system controller. That's what the basis of this whole new platform is. What started was last year with the first controller. So if any of you had a chance to use that, you know that's a much better system, a much faster processor, great little controller. And we brought you 8.4. We brought you an upgrade to the Elan software. Remember, we brought you Theme Editor, some new themes, screensaver, personalization, and of course all the back-end stuff that goes with the hardware. We had some more upgrades to Management Cloud. We continue to improve on that and make that better every day. Tom's got some more that he's going to share with you today. But last year we really got off and running with Management Cloud, and this is a great way for you guys to manage your systems in your business. So it makes it more efficient for you guys. We also brought the city-based landing pages. This is a great way for you guys for people in your area to find you. So if somebody searches on their area for smart home integration, they can bring up this page, and it brings up a list of dealers in that area, so specific to that area, and a list of dealers. So it's really cool. The marketing team has really been super hard at work, and the goal is to drive customers to your doors. And through these updates that we're going to talk about here in a second, I think we were able to do that in a really big way. We redesigned the Elan website. The Elan website had a huge facelift, really cool new website, with the goal of bringing customers to you. So people go to the website, they get excited about Elan, and when they leave that website, they should be going and finding you guys to be able to, if they're interested in installing a system. Also, to help you in your marketing, we have the Pro Portal that was launched last year, and this is a great place for you guys to find assets to be able to help you sell more Nortec control products. So on the Elan side and other brands, you can see where you'll find data sheets that are customizable. You can find assets like logos and pictures, all in an effort to help you guys if you're doing email blasts or if you're doing a new website. So again, a way to help you guys in your marketing efforts with our products. And then really excited about the Builder Services program last year. We won the CTA Smart Home Division Mark of Excellence Award. And this is really a great tool for you guys. This team is there for you guys to help you build that builder business. So really encourage you guys to get in touch with the guys and really help you build your builder business through our Builder Services program. It's a great program. The guys are doing a great job. I'm really excited about what they've got going there. And then lastly, we just recently launched the online certification for Elan. This is a great tool for you guys to be able to refresh if you want, or new techs that come on board need to get trained, get certified without the need to travel. So again, this is a great tool for you guys to be able to use to be able to help you install more systems. So let's get right into it. So we're always looking at how we can make installations more flexible for you guys. What's the best way? What's the thing that we can do to be able to help you scale systems from a single room, media room, up all the way to the largest installation that you can imagine? And we want to give you the tools to be able to do that. And with this new hardware and software, we really think we've given you a great way to be able to install systems of any size. We talk about small, medium, and large. And the idea is to fill those cracks between small and medium and large in a way that we don't have to have either too much or not enough gear. So helping you with software and hardware to be able to really customize the solutions in the best way for that particular installation. So we know that all installations are unique. Each one's going to have different devices. The property is going to have different layouts. Your customers are going to have different budgets. They're all very different. It's not called the custom install market for nothing, right? It's all very different. Each installation is going to be different, and trying to fit every installation into sort of a 3-controller strategy just kind of didn't make sense anymore because there's so many different ways that you can go. We all know that not all devices are going to be located near the controller. You've got maybe a TV on the other side of the house that needs control, or you've got an AVR or some other device that you don't have near the main controller. And there are solutions for that today, but we think we are going to make it a lot easier for you. With an Elan system today, adding ZWave devices does require separate hardware, separate programming, separate installation. That's all going to change. And then also sometimes those connections aren't available where I need them. If I don't have a network drop potentially, if I don't have power where I need it. So we're going to make that also easy for you as well. So let's get into the different devices. What's the right mix for the job? So this is the lineup now we have today. We'll go through this in detail, each one of these. But starting off with the ELSC100 ZW, this is the Elan ELSC100 controller, now has ZWave. This is included now at no extra charge. The ZWave transceiver will be with this product. You will no longer need to order the ELSC100. That product will be just for warranty purposes. So this is the new partner that you'll order. And then the next item is the ELSC200 ZW. This is the middle level, just to kind of make it easy for you guys to order without having to order different parts and pieces. You just order this one part, the ELSC200 ZW, and you get what you see there on the screen. I'll go through each one of these in a minute, but you get a bundle of devices that helps you with those sort of medium-sized projects. And the next is the ELSC300 ZW. This is the replacement for the GSC10. This is the flagship controller that will also include the ZWave transceiver. And then last year, as you know, we launched the SW100 Pro license. This is the Pro license that allows you to unlock the potential of the SW100 controller, but that's part of the lineup now. And then the ELIO200 is the control extender to talk about. And then lastly is the ZWave transceiver, the ELSC ZW. This is available also as a standalone part, and we'll talk about all of that in just a little bit as well. So just a quick update on the SW100 controller now with ZWave. You remember that this has PoE, this has wireless connectivity, it has a handful of IR outputs, the audio output for doorbell, OSD, and again now includes the ZWave transceiver with the order. And you compare this with the IO200 that we'll talk about next to be able to extend larger or maybe decentralized installation. So the IO200, we'll talk about. Did I miss that? There it is. There's the IO200. Yeah. So this is the device that is the control extender. You might be using some of these today from other manufacturers. This device allows you to extend control to anywhere in the property. You have a variety of control options. You can see there we have RS-232, RS-485. We have IR. We have sense inputs, or signal inputs now as they're called. And we have relays and, of course, IP control. This device can be wired, so we can connect this PoE, or we can connect a power supply. It's also wireless, so if you have a location that doesn't have a network drop, this can go install wirelessly in that location. So again, giving you that flexibility that you need to be able to install those systems in those situations that may not be available to you today. This is the control bundle that we talked about just a minute ago. This includes the SC100, the IO200. It includes the Pro license. It includes the ZWave transceiver, all in one bundle, one part number. It includes, again, you can see all the I/O that you'll have available. Both of these can connect wirelessly or PoE, giving you, again, more of that flexibility. This is the flagship controller, the SC300 ZW. This includes also the ZWave transceiver. You can see all the I/O options that you have here. You've got same as you had on the GSC2, a little bit different mix, a couple more IR outputs. We've changed up the way the sense inputs are now called signal inputs work. We have some relay options. But remember, this device comes with a huge processor upgrade compared to what we have today. So really, really excited about the potential of this device. With Z-Wave control, with the new processor upgrade, you'll see here it's got audio out. The audio out now, you no longer need a separate controller to control or to connect to a video doorbell. It also has the OSD, which is also new on this device, giving you the ability to control your Elan system from any display. We've made some improvements to the IR functionality, so some pretty good stuff there. A little bit more responsive. We have changed up how the sense inputs work, and those we'll talk about in detail on the deep dive, and I'll mention that later. We'll do a deep dive next week that you can all attend. Then we can go over it in the chat today if anybody has quick questions about that. Also, the relays, we've made some improvements to the relays, so those are some pretty big upgrades to what you have today for the SC10. We've done a lot of cool stuff. We've taken what's great about the SC10, the GSC10, and we've just upgraded it. Huge upgrade to that product. Again, it's also a great partner to the IO200. So if you've got this in the rack and you might want to put the IO200 in different parts of the property, that gives you the ability to decentralize those installations in a really easy way. And again, the IO200, really easy to discover, comes right up in Elan Discovery. You hit the Discover tab and hit the install button, and it comes right in without any special programming, any special need, and then all the inputs and outputs show up just like they were part of the system. So really easy, plug and play, the whole plug and play word. So it's really easy to install. So the next item is the Z-Wave transceiver. This is available as a standalone part that you can order for you if you have any SC100 installations that you want to add Z-Wave to now. You can go back, update the software on the controller, and you can connect the Z-Wave device. Again, this is only compatible with the SC controllers. It's not going to go back to the GSC or beyond that to HC. So this is only available with the controllers that we have today. But again, really exciting, really easy to install. Tom's going to talk more about the Z-Wave in a little bit, but I'll tell you, it's really super easy to install. It can be done via mobile. It's really very cool. Save you guys a lot of time on the install for Z-Wave. And then lastly, we have the SW100 Pro license. Again, we talked about this before, but this gives you the ability to unlock the full potential of the SC100 controller. And it's easily enabled right through Management Cloud. So you can install this license easily right through there. You don't even have to be on site. It can happen right through Management Cloud. So really exciting about that. So with that, that's the hardware. Let's let Tom talk about the software here. We're going to go through that, and then at the end of this, we'll talk about the ordering, pricing, part numbers, all that good stuff. So I'll let Tom, without further ado, let's go ahead and let Tom take over.
Great, thanks, Jeff. I assume you can hear me. So hi, everyone. I'm excited to give a quick overview on Elan 8.6, which includes native Z-Wave Plus support, as Jeff mentioned. We have a major lighting update, new surveillance features and enhancements, several UI UX updates, and some important driver updates. Next slide, please. Well, to start, is to support all the great new hardware, IO200, SC300. Jeff talked about these a little bit already. He mentioned there's going to be a deeper dive with Larry and Jeff next week. But I just want to say that this hardware has been rock solid in beta, really responsive. So I'm excited to get this hardware out into the field. So from a software perspective, one of the major updates we've added is native Z-Wave Plus support for the 100 and 300 controllers. Our software team's been working hard on this implementation for over a year, and we paid special attention to the installation experience, extending installation to the viewer. So from your Elan viewer running on a mobile app as an example, you can walk around your installation, put your Z-Wave device in inclusion mode. The Elan Z-Wave network discovers the device. You name and set the device from your mobile app and installs right into Elan in the same workflow. Then you move on to the next device. When you're finished, you just disable the viewer installation function via configurator. So the response for a viewer-based installation, aside from what Jeff said, which was very positive, in the beta, it's been fantastic. People love it. We think it'll greatly simplify the installation experience and perhaps hint at more to come. I should also say the responsiveness of the Z-Wave network itself, the Elan Z-Wave network itself, has been fantastic as well. So excited to get get ZWave out into the field, the Elan ZWave network. Surveillance updates. We have a clip export on your mobile device, a long requested feature. It is easy and slick and works as you expected. We've greatly enhanced the quality and reliability of service when connecting remotely to cameras and door stations. So that was a major server-side update. Seamless to you. You just install the 8.6 update and you'll reap the benefits of that connectivity magic in the cloud. We've also improved firmware management on the Elan cameras and NVRs based on your feedback from the field. So thanks for that. So, next slide. So lighting has received a major update in 8.6. We now auto-generate lighting pages. They're grouped by device type and its location in an installation. So group level controls allow for a quick access to adjust multiple devices in an area. You can see on the right there that the top, the front bedroom is a group. You can expand, you can control the group, or you can expand the group and get to each individual load as needed. You can see that example as well. If you combine lighting and shades on the same tab, we display a quick filter at the top of the screen that allows you to jump between device types. If you like to put shades on a separate tab, we make special accommodations for that as well. So as part of the lighting update, we also developed a new scene selector and editor. It's accessible on each group control under a new favorites icon. You can see the star there. If a user wants to create a new lighting scene, they just tap on the favorites icon and they select manage scenes. So it's real easy. Another new feature shown at the bottom is a lighting color palette, which contains 16 default swatches for your color lighting devices. So colors can be selected at a group level or the individual load level. You can also dial in your preferred colors, save them to the palette for instant recall from that same favorites menu. So speaking of scenes and color, lighting scenes can now contain color selections, which is another update to the scenes function. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, source favorites, that popular feature, source favorites, got a little upgrade in 8.6. It's something we're calling dynamic source favorites. It's very common to have the same favorite on multiple sources, but we listed once on the interface just to reduce clutter, and the controller pulls from the best available source based on the request. So we think that'll simplify the UI. You can now also save cover art to your source favorite to further personalize the user experience. Just navigate to your favorite, tap on the now playing cover art and hit save. It's as easy as that, and it saves cover art over the little favorite star icon. So other enhancements, we have a new theme selector shown there at the top. It is better, stronger, faster. It is much more responsive, and you're going to need it with some of the themes that we're going to be introducing in the next couple of releases. And speaking of new themes, we have a new live layer theme named Gold Dust. It is an Elan sales team favorite. You can see there at the bottom, more themes, live layer and traditional themes coming very, very, very soon. We've also, in 8.6, we've made countless refinements throughout the entire interface. We've even updated the settings page. So if if we took user accessible settings that were scattered around the interface and placed them into a new basic settings page, accessible via that familiar gear icon on the main page. Advanced settings, which contain all the traditional settings you guys are familiar with, is still in there and still passcode protected. We think gathering all those things not only makes more sense, but it makes the interface a little bit cleaner as well. And with all these great new controllers, we'll of course allow you to restore backups to them from older controllers. It's an effort we put forward as well. So Jeff, next. Drivers, some important driver updates in 8.6. First and foremost, Lutron QSX. Great effort went into the development of the QSX driver, which takes advantage of all the lighting updates I mentioned earlier. Feedback from the beta about Lutron and feedback from Lutron themselves, who've been testing this with and for us, has been very positive. We have an update to our Elan Hue driver. Again, takes advantage of the new lighting color support referenced earlier. The Elan Alexa skill at long last now has multi-language support. So thank you all for your patience on that, but it will be deployed as soon as 8.6 goes live. Other important updates, MusicCast, HDL, CoolMaster, and KNX. Those are all covered in the release and integration notes that you'll get access to when the software is posted. Just a note on API, as I referenced, all the lighting and color work that we've done is now accessible in our API. We've reached out to our developer partners a few weeks back Larry's been managing that, and they're all busily updating their drivers to coincide with the 8.6 launch. So thank you, partners, for your diligence and patience, and we look forward to seeing what you come up with the new controls. Next, Jeff, please. Okay, quick update on Management Cloud. Management Cloud 1.3 is coming out next month. One of the main focuses on Management Cloud is Marketplace. That's where we gather all the Elan third-party drivers in the universe. We aggregate them and index them in Management Cloud for search. So I'll talk about search a little bit later, but making Management Cloud your one-stop shop for everything you need is one of the key goals here. So pulling all the drivers that you could ever want and need into one interface and have it accessible via that familiar search function is key. So, and that's the starting point for Marketplace. There's a lot more features planned for Marketplace in the upcoming releases. One of the other updates for 1.3 is a locations update. Will allow you to replace a master controller in Management Cloud in the case of an RMA or an upgrade. We expect a few upgrades with the new controllers. You'll also be able to create a location without an Elan controller, which is an important step to expand Elan beyond the to expand Management Cloud beyond the Elan platform. Starting in 1.4, you're going to see things a little bit different in how they make up in Management Cloud. So look forward to that in the next few months. 1.4. We have a notifications update. It's more of a back-end feature, but it allows us to target notification delivery based on the hardware and software you actually have deployed. So notifications you receive will be more relevant and ultimately more actionable. So not just blanketing you with information that is not specific to you and add more noise to your day. We want to make sure that when you get a communicate from us, it is exactly targeted towards you for a particular reason. So that function itself is going to turn into many other features down the road, but getting that up and running this release was an important step. We have some reporting updates. There's a user audit report, which will be in a public beta when we go live. It allows tech leads and owners to help track what their team members are doing and how long they're doing it. So things relative to clicking around in Management Cloud, if they're accessing View or Configurator, if they're renaming controllers, if they're writing notes, all those things will be available in a report that the tech leads and owners can run. So we're looking forward to feedback on that. A minor update on documentation. Requested feature to add subcategories to allow for easier browsing and searching, namely in the integration notes section, which is quite long. We now are going to be able to break those out by subcategories. So for those that are not familiar with all the irrigation devices, they'll be able to jump to that section and then browse accordingly. So there's dozens of other improvements in Management Cloud, too many to list here, but looking forward to you guys getting your hands on that and sending your feedback, because your feedback does inspire and inform the roadmap for all of these products. So I think that's it for now. I can't wait for all you to check out Elan 8.6 and the Management Cloud 1.3. So I think back to you, Jeff.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Tom. Really some great stuff. Really excited about what we have to share with you today. We think it's going to be great for everybody's business. We think that it's going to help you guys be, again, more flexible and be able to install more systems in more locations, and really do it at the right price point for your customers, and be able to be have just the right parts and pieces to be able to do it in a much more efficient way. So the next thing we'll just talk about is what the ordering looks like, just to make sure so you all understand. So these are MSRP prices. We just to give you a reference point for what we have currently today. So if you look at the SC100 controller, this controller includes the ZWave dongle or the ZWave transceiver for $800 MSRP. The ELSC200 ZW is right around the price of what the GSC2 was, giving you all that functionality plus more than the GSC2 had. The ELSC300 ZW is, again, right around the same price as the GSC10, giving you a lot of upgrades on that device that we went through. The huge upgrades that we've added to that really will enhance that unit. The ELSC100 bundle that we introduced last year will also now include the ZWave transceiver, so that price has not changed. The ELIO200, you can see the MSRP there. That's the control extender device. And as I mentioned, we have the ELSC ZW transceiver available as a standalone piece that you can order for retrofit on an SC100 installation that may not have gotten it last year. And then the last item that we all know about is the SW100 Pro license. That is the license that unlocks the potential of the SC100 to be able to add more devices to that controller. So again, this is the new lineup that we're really excited about. If you look across here, you can see that there's a lot of different options that you have. You can, helps you with your decentralized installations. It's going to improve your installations overall. Just some really cool stuff between all this new hardware and software that we are extremely excited about. Hope you guys are too. And we're going to talk about timing. I'm sure you guys have seen in the chat. There's a lot of questions about the chat, about the availability. Excuse me. So here's the availability. So I will say there is some issue in the ports right now. If you've seen the news, take a look at the news. There are a lot of things that are sitting on the docks right now, or waiting to get on a train. We are hoping to be able to bring you the IO200 this week. It should be here in early April now, first week of April. Next week, however, though, the 8.6 software will be released. The SC-ZW will be available to order. The SC100ZW, the SC100 bundle with the ZWave will all be available to order. Actually, you can order these on the portal now. They just won't ship until next week. And then early April, we'll have the IO200 available, and the SC200ZW bundle will be available in early April when the IO200 arrives. In mid-April, we'll have the management cloud update that Tom just talked about. And in early May, we'll have the SC300ZW available for purchase. Also, we have two scheduled deep dive technical overviews scheduled for next week. I believe one is on the 24th at this time, and the other is on the 25th at 11 Pacific time, US. Watch your email. There'll be an invite going out this week, so watch your email for that, where the Larry and Jeff will go into great detail on the software, on 8.6, on hardware. They'll give you a lot of good overviews. So that'll be your opportunity to really dive deep into the technical aspects of these products. So with that, it looks like we have a handful of questions, quite a few questions in the chat. I'm going to turn this over to Jeff and Larry to be able to go through those questions, and we can have a little discussion.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Morning, everyone. So we've got a ton of questions that came in. We're kind of going to take a high-level overview of the questions. A lot of these questions asked will be answered in our presentation that we're doing next week with Larry and myself. But some of the ones that came in, let's talk about. I know I'm asked this all the time. On the new controllers, audio output I see is native on the SC300. Does that mean streaming audio services will be built in?
Jeff, you want to answer that?
Yeah, sorry, I mean, so streaming services are yes, we are exploring streaming services to be able to be on the native on the on the SC300 and SC100. Not available today.
Okay, the next one we got is notice we've changed the sense input on the back of the controllers to a Phoenix DIN connection. Does that mean the current sensors are going away?
They are. Go ahead, Jeff. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I can answer that. They are going away, and that's kind of a double-edged sword. It benefits because it opens us up to a whole new array of sensors that we can use, and we won't be set to only using the Elan sensors with our specific pinout. We're going through some use case applications, and we're going into that in detail next week. Next question we've got, can a new SC300 be a master with G1s and older SC lineup controllers as extenders?
You want to take that one, Jeff?
Yes, and yes, it can. That's SC300 line is gonna act as it did with the SC10, SC2 architecture. Next question, this actually may be for Tom or Larry. Can you restore a file from an HC controller onto the new SC300 or 100 controller?
Yeah, that's part of the plan is to support that migration. We did something similar with the GSCs with HCs, so the plan is to carry that forward.
So that's going to, I would assume, work the same way it did in the SCs, the HCs, so that shouldn't be a hurdle.
Right.
Let's see what we've got. As far as ZWave, can the ZWave transceiver be plugged into a controller that is sent as an extender or an IO200? And I'll take that one. The ZWave functionality of this is going to be available just for controllers that are in master status. To have all of that go over the network via our extension just wasn't in the cards. So we've got any controller that's in a master will be active for the USB transceiver. But keep in mind, guys, I mean, repeaters will work. It's USB, so any USB extender. If placement of the transceiver is an option or is a problem where it is in the rack room, we've got options to extend that and move it to other areas of the house.
Yeah, I just want really quickly, just to, I should have mentioned this during when I was talking about the hardware. The transceiver itself has a 3-foot cable, so it can be extended out of the rack, and it's got a keyhole you can mount on a wall, so it can be mounted up out of the rack.
Yeah. Another one. ZWave migration from Vera into Elan. Unfortunately not. So if you've got ZWave network set up in Vera, I've actually went through that this weekend. It wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be. You'd have to unenroll through Vera and re-enroll through the Elan ZWave radio. And this for Larry or Tom, will Lutron RA2 work with the upcoming lighting update?
I've got this one. So no, RA2 will not work with the LEAP protocol. It's not capable to do so, but RA2 Select will. RA2 Select, Caseta, QSX, as well as Athena, actually. So those four will work with the LEAP QSX protocol.
All right. A lot of these are technical. When will the music services be available? That's still to be determined, but it is in the roadmap. Can we add the SCIO200 to a SC2, SC10 controller? The answer is yes, you can. Any fixes coming for the Sonos driver? Larry, do you want to talk on the,
Yes, I got this one as well. Yes, there is the fix is actually already out there. If you contact tech support, they have a special release with the fix. They've had it for a while now, but that fix is rolled into 8.6 as well. With that, I'll also say there is also a change to GNDI Aqualink, which we did change, and that is also available through tech support, but also will be rolled into 8.6.
All right, we've got a lot of buzz created on the new 2 gig Edge panel. What is is there anything in the roadmap for the 2 gig Edge integration?
Yeah, I can answer that. So 2 gig Edge, their focus was to get it launched. We've been working. In fact, our main developer on Elan has done a lot of work on the Edge. So we're intimately aware of the Edge technology. It's just a matter of timing. So the plan is to have integration in I think at least midway through this year. That's the schedule based on the 2 gig team's timing. So we're hoping to pull that in, but we're raring to go. It's just a matter of timing. And when we do get access, it'll be a great driver for sure.
I think we've blasted through the majority of the questions that would be appropriate. to be answered here. Keep in mind, guys, a lot of the more technical deep dive questions that were asked we'll reserve for our presentation next week. Unless there's any other questions, late questions coming in, Tom and Jeff, I think we're good.
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for joining today. If you have colleagues or people that missed this presentation, it's recorded. And we're also doing another one tomorrow at 11 a.m. U.S. Pacific time, if anybody wants to join that. So again, really appreciate it. We're really excited about these new products and getting these in the market and giving you guys a lot of new tools in your tool bag to be able to install more systems more easily, more efficiently.